Good afternoon, class. Uh, this is a lecture on POP 411, which we are going to start now. We start with the course information and facilitators profile. That is my profile. You can see my profile here. The course code, of course, is still POP 411. And the course title actually is Theory and Practice of Planning, which is TPP. And of course, credit unit is going to be 3. And then the session is, of course, the 2019/2020 academic session. I am Professor Peter B. Maidoki. Allow me to hold the B to myself. My office, of course, is in the Department of Public Administration in the Faculty of Management Sciences of the University of Abuja. You have my you have my phone numbers. They are there. You have my email, mdkpeter@yahoo.com. The office hours would be Monday to Friday at 10 to 4 p.m. each day. I would always be available for possible contacts. Of course, I will also be available for consultation on those days and any other thing you would want to have me do for you as a student. Now, we go to the general course overview. The general course overview, of course, is that TPP, which is Theory and Practice of Planning, is designed to equip students with mostly the theoretical basis of organizational decision making. And it is so because students of public administration must know that central to administration is planning, which is obviously decision making, and acting on such decisions and plans. The public service or the civil service is the domain of public administration and is constantly experiencing decision making or plans that are made and their implementation. Sometimes we see these plans as policies. Generally, therefore, this course is meant to prepare students for the very task of plans, that is, plans preparation and their implementation, which are meant for the growth of every organization. There are, however, occasional presentation of practical cases, all in an attempt to drive home certain facts and logics inherent in the study of theory and practice of planning. These cases are likely going to be taken from the civil service in Nigeria and probably elsewhere. On completing studying of this course, students should be able to know the following. They should be able to know and distinguish planning from other practices. They should be able to tell where theory of planning starts and where it stops and where practice of planning starts and stops. They should be able to identify and explain various types of planning existing in the literature of planning. They should also be able to describe all the processes and procedures involved in the planning behavior, because there are so many other behaviors in administration. They should also be able to differentiate planning behavior from other similar behaviors in organizations. They should also know the importance of planning in all organizations, and so on and so forth. Now, general information. There are general information which we need, particularly because they relate to the method of assessment, grading policy, and course rules. These are very important because you must know the basis or the rules that will guide our interaction in this endeavor. Knowing and adhering to these rules will help us a lot to move together and achieve our aims. So the methods of assessment will be that there will be one tutor marked assignment, just one, plus the compulsory attendance marks, and then of course the final examination. So three bank accounts, academic bank accounts, are going to be open so that we deposit whatever we have and then be able to compare it with where we need to be. Assignments will be given at the end of classes and must be submitted on a due date, strictly. This assignment is going to be individual assignments, which must be done and collected electronically, because we have given the tutor profile. We use those profile, particularly the email address, to send those assignments. As already indicated, no late submission of assignment, and that attendance is compulsory, being the condition upon which students are allowed to write their final exams. This must be noted. When students don't have attendance, when they don't have, assessment, they will not, continuous assessment, they will not be able to write any final exam, because the final exam is just a percentage out of the entire 100% that we are expected to get. Now, the grading system or policy is that first, performance of students in this course will follow the assessment model which we have below. And that one has to do with first assessment. That is, we are going to be given first assessment that is going to compose, attendance is going to be 10%. When you attend, it is going to be 10%. Assessment is going to be 20%. Final examination will be 70%. That will give us a total of 100%. Now, this is very important. General class rules. Now, these general class rules are very important. Students who are absent from class will lose the marks for attendance. If you are not in class, you cannot be given any mark on attendance, except, of course, if you are absent with reasons that are known to the tutor and, of course, are appreciated. Students who submit their assignments late than the due date will lose total marks obtainable from such assignment. If we have an assignment and you don't submit on the date, you are running the risk of losing the marks allotted for that assignment. Students who misbehave during class chats will simply be ignored. They will simply be ignored. All assignments of this course will be submitted electronically through the email provided in the facilitator's profile, unless otherwise instructed. Of course, if you have a reason to submit your assignment late, and it has been told to me and it has been discussed and appreciated, nothing will be wrong in bringing your assignment at an agreed date other than the general date. All assignments must be submitted by the given deadline. Like I've said, all students that have enrolled on this course or for this course are expected to maintain high level of commitment, responsibility, participation in all learning activities. Of course, we have what we term as academic dishonesty. Academic dishonesty must not be condoned. It must not be exhibited. And that will include plagiarism. That will include copying some jobs from somewhere without acknowledging the sources. That will include, not following instructions that are given, or doing jobs together, 2 or more people having the same jobs, to be presented to the facilitator. That would be a very big problem, and so on and so forth. So students must be mindful of these rules. These rules are going to guide, of course, our interaction and are going to guide our peaceful end. Having said that, I just want to say that the next class will move further. I will move further in the next class by looking at the in-depth issues that matter in theory and practice of planning. We are going to look at the definitions, we are going to look at approaches, we are going to look at various types and processes through which organizational decision making, that is organizational planning, take. We know very well that planning is a futuristic activity. We'll now settle down to look at those things.